Welcome back, everybody, to an all-new fast food pit stops. I'm your host, Justin. I'm here at PF Chang's for the first time on the channel to check out something brand new. Their all-new Tokyo Udon Noodle Bowl. We're staying in the West while we're going to the Far East with the Asian exploration that is PF Chang's. If you're not familiar with PF Chang's, they're pretty much in every state, every city, and they specialize in Asian cuisine. Now, it's been several years since I've been to PF Chang's in a most uncomfortable situation back when I was with my horrible, toxic ex-wife in North Kakalaki. And I can tell you my experience at PF Chang's then actually wasn't very good. It was one of the first and still one of the only times I've ever sent a dish back for being too salty. I can still remember it was the double pan fried lo mein. But PF Chang's definitely caters to a little bit of a higher level of a crowd, if you will, typically consisting of old people with money that think they're eating real Asian food. And I think that's fair to probably say that PF Chang's isn't really super authentic cuisine. However, looking at their menu, it is pretty impressive, much better than the hole-in-the-wall, greasy spoon, Chinese takeout that you're used to. So we're checking it out, the PF Chang's brand new, all new Tokyo Udon Noodle Bowl. I got it with chicken, I got it with chopsticks. We're about to go in on it. I'm not gonna pretend to be some kind of a udon noodle expert. Know that it's got some peppers in there. They're calling them fresno peppers. There's onions, fresh basil, and of course chicken. You can get it with steak, but it was with the chicken. The total on this was $10.95. Oh, it's hot, it smells good, and from what I can tell, it looks pretty colorful. Now this is the lunch special. It's a lunch price and a lunch portion. You probably will get this in a little bit of a bigger plate if you eat inside at dinner time, but you're gonna pay about 15 bucks for the dinner entree of this. It's pretty colorful and it smells really fantastic. Now I want you to pay attention here. We've got really big chunks of chicken. Looks like there's some bean sprouts on top. There's supposed to be basil in here, peppers, onions, and of course the udon noodles, which are traditionally very thick, long, lengthy white noodles. So at PF Chang's, of course, they have all the traditional type of like noodle dishes, rice dishes, and lots of new specialty items. You're gonna see some things on PF Chang's menu like lobster, steak, scallops. You know, they sort of, again, cater to a little bit of a higher level of Chinese cuisine. Oh, now here are those udon noodles. I want you guys to take a look, see how super thick those udon noodles are. I have to admit, my mouth is just salivating thinking about this dish. The chicken looks like it's like pan fried. It's got a little bit of a glazed coating to it. I'm excited about that. We've got some peppers, little red peppers, little red rings of death. Now, these are the real red rings of death, dame. I'd like to see you get on a pepper challenge. Enough talking, let's go in on it here on a first bite. Big bite. We're gonna get a little bit of everything on here. The chicken, the noodles, the peppers, the onions, the basil. I got my eye. Oh, woo. Pepper juice in the eye. I slapped that noodle right into my eyeball and about burned off my cornea, but we're here, we're checking it out. The noodles are fantastic. They actually have a really nice flavor, not too oily. You know, and that's usually the problem that I get from most Chinese takeout places, especially, is just the grease factor, the oil factor. It's definitely got a little bit of heat to it, but the sweetness and the savoriness of the noodles and the chicken is fantastic. Take a look at that. Wow. The noodles definitely look homemade, scratch made, and they taste like it. Get a little piece of that pepper. Oh yeah, the peppers are nice, not a lot of heat, kind of have the taste of like a bell pepper, if you will. Or you're getting some amazing chunks of chicken. Wow. Crispy coating on the outside, just enough to sort of absorb a little bit of the juices, the spices, and the seasonings. I don't know if you can see little specks of seasonings, pepper on the chicken, but it's a really colorful meal. Doesn't really come across as being too heavy, too greasy, and the portion is just right for a lunch size. Frankly, I think for $10, this is about the equivalency that you would get at a cheap, greasy Chinese takeout hole in the wall, and frankly, with a little bit better ingredients. I think you have to admit, looks like there's even some little pieces of mushrooms in here, green onions, of course the peppers, the basil, the chicken. I mean, I don't know, I think honestly on a scale of 1 to 10 here for the brand new Tokyo Udon Noodle Bowl, it's getting like an 8.5. It's really good. I wasn't sure if it was gonna be too salty, too greasy, too oily. It's really none of the above. It's definitely a little bit of a spicier dish, but the salt, the grease factor, it's just not there. And in fact, it more complements the dish than anything else. I think about the only thing I probably would do different to this is probably add a little more heat. And in this case, I've got some of their famous chili paste. It's supposed to really amp things up here. So I'm gonna toss a little bit of hell on top of my udon noodles, and we'll see if we can make our own little version of North Korea here. Oh man, that looks, oh wow, that is super spicy. Oh my God. Do you guys see the chili peppers in that? That paste, super thick, super fire. It's probably way more than I needed to add, and by the smell of things, a little bit here goes a long way. Absolutely beautiful. Fantastic tasting dish here, P.F. Chang's. You guys see all the pepper, the chili paste. Oh, it's got a kick. I can't wait to come back here to P.F. Chang's to check out some more really great brand new items and also maybe some classic favorites. I know it's been a few days since my last video, so I appreciate all of my dedicated, loyal subscribers. I actually just celebrated my birthday over the weekend, so I was out of town, but I'm gonna do it here. A last bite, big bite. As always, thanks again everybody for checking out another great review here on Fast Food Pit Stops. I'm your host, Justin. You know you love it. You came back for some more of it. I'll be back for another fast food review. Bye everybody, thank you. And thank you also, Jonathan Wilson, for being my only Patreon subscriber that I've ever had pretty much for the last year. Even my own mom used to subscribe to me to Patreon, and even she canceled her subscription. So, Jonathan Wilson, thank you. Cheers.